Apple is finally taking a big step forward when it comes to RAM in iPhones. For years, the company has maintained a more conservative approach to memory, with iPhones often having less RAM than Android counterparts. But despite that, Apple managed to deliver a smooth and fast user experience because it controls both the hardware and software, allowing it to optimize performance in a way that most Android manufacturers can't. However, with the rise of AI and growing demands from Apple Intelligence, it seems Apple is ready to join the 12GB club. According to new reports, the iPhone 17 Pro and iPhone 17 Pro Max models are expected to come with 12GB of RAM, the highest ever in any iPhone. This will be a big leap from the current 8GB RAM found in the iPhone 15 Pro series, which only made that jump in 2023. And what's even more interesting is that Samsung, one of Apple's biggest rivals, will be supplying the majority of these RAM chips. Yes, that's right. Samsung Electronics is reportedly going to provide around 70% of the 12GB memory chips used in these upcoming high-end iPhones. The remaining 30% will come from SK Hynix and Micron. And with analysts expecting Apple to sell around 100 million iPhone 17 units, this means nearly 70 million of them will be powered by Samsung-made memory. That's a huge business win for Samsung, despite their ongoing competition with Apple in the smartphone market. It's worth noting that not all iPhone 17 models will get this RAM upgrade. Earlier rumors had suggested that the entire iPhone 17 lineup might come with 12GB of RAM. But more recent reports say that only the Pro and Pro Max models will feature 12GB. The standard iPhone 17 and the iPhone 17 Plus will likely stick with 8GB. Still, this change is significant and shows that Apple is responding to the increasing hardware demands of artificial intelligence. AI features are extremely memory-intensive. They require a lot of processing power and fast access to data, whether it's running large language models, generating on-device AI responses, or handling real-time image recognition. These tasks can quickly push the limits of RAM. While Apple may have found ways to run some AI features efficiently with 8GB of RAM, they risk slowing down the overall performance if they don't scale up the memory for more powerful use cases. That's why the move to 12GB on the Pro models makes sense, especially if Apple Intelligence continues to expand across devices. With this upgrade, the iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max models will be on par with flagship Android devices like the Samsung Galaxy S25 Ultra, which already offers 12GB of RAM as standard and even an optional 16GB in some regions. In that sense, Apple is catching up to the competition, but doing so in a way that aligns with its controlled ecosystem and growing AI ambitions. For Samsung, this supply deal is more than just about making money. It strengthens its position as a leading component supplier in the smartphone industry. Despite being a top competitor to Apple in the phone market, Samsung has long been one of Apple's major suppliers for parts like displays, storage chips, and now RAM. With 70 million iPhones potentially using Samsung's 12GB RAM, it's a reminder of how business relationships in tech can often be more complicated than they seem. So what does this all mean for consumers? If you're planning to buy the iPhone 17 Pro or Pro Max, you can expect a more powerful device that's better prepared for next-gen AI features, multitasking, and performance-heavy apps. This could also future-proof your phone a bit more, especially as mobile AI continues to evolve rapidly. And if you're someone who prefers the standard iPhone 17 or 17 Plus, don't worry. 8GB is still plenty for most users, and Apple will likely continue to optimize iOS to make the most out of it. But the Pro models are clearly being positioned as the go-to option for users who want the best performance and cutting-edge features. Overall, this shift in Apple's RAM strategy is a big deal. It shows that the company is now fully committing to the next wave of AI-powered features and wants its hardware to be ready. And while it's surprising to see Samsung playing such a key role behind the scenes, it's also a win-win situation for both companies. And for the millions of users who will be holding one of those 70 million iPhones with Samsung-made RAM in their hands. So get ready. The iPhone 17 Pro and Pro Max are shaping up to be Apple's most powerful smartphones yet, thanks in part to the same company they're competing with.